Hey guys, welcome back to the sixth and final part of Maffman Jones and I's reviews for the Star Wars saga and preparation leading up to Star Wars The Force Awakens, which comes out this Friday. Holy shit! This Friday. Where has the time gone? Maffman Jones and I are going to finish off our Star Wars saga reviews with Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi is the sixth and final Star Wars film in terms of chronological order, and it takes place about a few years, I think, after Empire Strikes Back. If you remember correctly, Luke got his hand chopped off from Darth Vader. He found out Darth Vader is his father. He is still in sort of a bit of a shock at this point. So while the rebels do their final attack on the Empire, Luke is on his quest to finish his Jedi Master training. Anyways guys, let's get into Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The acting is still great. Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, just everybody in this movie kills it. Seriously, hearing James Earl Jones' voice once again. Ian McDiarmid, I think his name is, who plays Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious, does an amazing job. This is the very first time we actually see Darth Sidious in the original trilogy, and man, what an introduction that he has. The Andor battle is awesome to watch. The final fight between Luke and Vader, when Luke actually has sort of gained more of a patience from his Jedi training. But there is one certain moment I absolutely love in this entire thing where Luke is just in hiding after Vader still has a pretty good advantage against Luke, and Luke is literally just hiding, and he has this, there's a shot of Luke of light and dark so perfect where we can see the psychological conflict in his head, where Vader just says, I'm going to turn to the dark side, or wait a minute, you have a sister. I shall turn her to the dark side instead. And then Luke just loses his shit and just goes ape on him and just, oh my god, he just totally fucking downs Vader right there. Hearing Darth Sidious' laugh, oh my god, wow, it's freaking amazing. Kinda love the reverse dialogue here, I'll get to this in a little bit. Now, if you remember in Empire Strikes Back, when Leia says, I love you, Han says, I know, there's a moment where Leia saves Han Solo, and Han says, I love you, she says, I know. Oh my god. The score is also amazing as well by John Williams. The final attack on the new, I guess, still construction Death Star is great. Hearing the "it's a trap" line is, oh man, I hear that line every time when I go into a movie these days, and I think of myself, wait, what's going on here? I hear "it's a trap," and hearing the yeah, where Lando and his buddies are just riding out of the new Death Star. Oh my god. So many great parts in Return of the Jedi. Not to mention the Rancor. That thing is so badass. I love that. Luke's introduction, the entire thing. I just love also when Luke just like, he's about to kill his dad and he sees, oh my god, I'm about to become a Sith. No. Just throws his lightsaber away and Darth Sidious says, you can just tell he's thinking, you motherfucker. Oh my god, I remember when I first saw that. By the way, doing that in Knights of the Republic is freaking awesome. Just let me add that right there. I love it when Darth Vader just stands up and Luke is just screaming for his dad to help him out. Like, your kid is dying right there. And then you see him looking left and right. Then finally he grabs Darth Sidious and just throws him. Oh, I'm getting chills thinking about this right now. Throws him down and is like, yeah. I will talk about one more thing before I'll go into what I didn't like, and that is Slave Leia. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw that. That was something right there. But no, I love that entire thing where she just chokes our Jabba the Hutt. You go like, yeah, girl power! Even though I'm not a female. Now, sadly, this movie is not nearly as good as Empire or A New Hope, and here's why. I feel like a lot of emotional things were just rushed. Like, for one instance, remember how in Empire Strikes Back, Remember how Lando was the reason why Han got frozen in carbonite for years? Yeah, for a few years at least. Now, I wonder why they didn't, when Han and Lando meet up, why are they just hug and go like, yeah, you're my best buddy again? Why wasn't Han like, you son of a bitch, and just trying to like punch Lando or something like that? And one of the subplots could have been Lando trying to regain Han's trust. That would have been a really good emotional undercurrent right there. The other thing I have to talk about is the freaking Ewoks. Okay, now I get it. They're cute. They're fuzzy little people. I personally was never a fan of the Ewoks, honestly. And I have to also say the effects compared to Empire Strikes Back and New Hope, you would think that the effects would look incredible. They honestly don't hold up so well. They look pretty dated, I would have to say. While Return of the Jedi may not be as good as Empire or New Hope, it is still a satisfying conclusion to the original Star Wars trilogy. So I'm overall going to give Return of the Jedi a 4 to 5 stars. It is still a great movie, still a very satisfying end to the original Star Wars trilogy. And all I can say is this: bring on Force Awakens. But hold on, wait up. Before we finish here, my buddy Maffman is here to give his thoughts on Return of the Jedi. So, Maffman, take it away, my friend.
Hal, I'm Stitch. Actually, that's the wrong voice. That's a Disney movie, but it's not that Disney movie. This is Return of the Jedi. First of all, thank you, Austin, for having me on your channel, your awesome channel, once again. But it's the last time I'm going to be on your channel before Force Awakens comes out. Wow. But let's get into the review of Return of the Jedi. It's the last film, the conclusion to the real trilogy of Star Wars, and between the events of Empire Strikes Back and this one, a lot has happened. Essentially, the story is about our heroes coming back after some tragic falls in the second movie to stop the Empire once and for all. Now, can they stop them once for all? Obviously not, because Episode 7 comes out this week, but this is the big conclusion of the franchise that changed pop culture and movies forever. And it's, in my opinion, my least favorite of the old trilogy. Does it mean it's bad? No. One thing that always bugged me a lot was how easily Han Solo is, freed. Like, it's a big deal that he's frozen in carbonite. Now, you gotta wait 3 years back in the day for the new movie to come out. So you go to the movies, you're thinking, what's gonna happen? Like, shit's gonna go down, right? And shit does go down in this movie. But the way Han Solo's story is resolved, at least in that portion of it, was kind of anticlimactic. The original Star Wars was a little hokey, but it was really good storytelling. The Empire Strikes Back had the best screenplay material. Return of the Jedi has good moments, but overall it feels like they dumbed down the dialogue a bit, and that certain things that happen are definitely more catered to kids. And speaking of kids, let's get into the Ewoks. They're cute little teddy bears with hoods, and they make little noises. Yep, yep. And they're crazy, and they kill stormtroopers and ATSTs with giant logs and boulders and rocks. Kind of weird. Watching the movie again, watching Ewoks throw rocks and little pebbles at stormtroopers' heads and seeing them fall over, a little bit unrealistic. If you have a stormtrooper suit and helmet on, I don't think a rock's gonna do anything to you. It might make you have a little oh, that's a rock, but you're not gonna pass out. I doubt the Ewoks are that powerful with their throwing capabilities. And it's just being played down for kids, it seems, in certain moments during the action sequences, especially on Endor. But the Endor action sequences, in my opinion, are great. When they're on the speeders going through the forest and you go boom, 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 I love all that. I also love the entire confrontation between Luke, Darth Vader, and the Emperor. Those scenes are some of the best scenes in the whole movie. And I can quote the Emperor all day because the Emperor is finally introduced in this movie in full form. He does not disappoint. He's one of the best things about this whole trilogy, even though he only truly shows up in this movie. Let the hate flow through you. Good. Good. Some things you have to include when you're reviewing Return of the Jedi are also Bikini Slave Leia, Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt. His character visually and aesthetically looks incredible, but if you really think about it, if there was rap music in the Star Wars universe, you'd think Jabba the Hutt would drop some really dope albums. I bet he could throw out some straight fire bars if he was put in a booth. And overall, just being a conclusion to the Star Wars trilogy, Return of the Jedi does serve its purpose. And no, it's not the best of the three, at least in my opinion, but it does do its job, and that is to conclude the story of the original trilogy that started in 1977. So having said that, the weaknesses exposed in this movie do not make the strengths less worthy. There are strengths in this movie that just make it incredibly powerful. All the moments between Luke and Darth, father and son, everything involving those two characters is extremely compelling. The ending, where Luke basically beats his father's ass, cocks off his hand, and then Darth Vader throws the Emperor over the balcony, he dies, and then Luke carries, even though I think it's kind of weird that Luke carried Darth across the Death Star when it's about to blow up and no stormtroopers stopped them. They were just like, oh, I guess, things happen, so we're just going to ignore them and let this story unfold. But when Luke unmasks his father and you see his face for the first time and you see that little moment of humanity that Darth Vader finally shows, it's really emotional, as it should be. Return of the Jedi, even with its flaws, is a really good Star Wars movie. It's a fun way to end the original trilogy, and it keeps things on a happy note at the end, even if it took a lot of star battles, little teddy bears, and shenanigans to get there. Besides discussing the first one, it's probably the most entertaining movie for kids, but it doesn't take away from entertainment for the adults too. Kids and adults, it's a Star Wars movie. You're both going to get something out of it, and it's definitely a lot of fun, but it has compelling moments like the first two do. It takes the story and it brings it full circle, and it's just overall a Star Wars movie. It's the last good Star Wars movie until hopefully this one coming out this week, The Force Awakens. So whether you haven't seen it or haven't seen it in a long time, definitely check it out before this new movie comes out, because timeline-wise, chronologically, after this one, we get The Force Awakens, even though it takes place 30 years later. But I'm sure there will be some relevance and something that bridges the two films together. So it's probably important to watch. Maybe. Return of the Jedi is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good Applebee's meal. I want to say thank you once again to Austin Putnam for having me on his channel. It's been an awesome pleasure doing these reviews for Star Wars with you. And I hope you guys watching are enjoying these reviews. And I hope you did enjoy these videos. And I hope when you guys see Force Awakens this weekend or whenever you get the chance to see it, I hope it blows our minds away. So, I'm John Maffio, aka Maffman Jones. Subscribe to Austin, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you all. Always.
Alrighty guys, so thank you so much for joining Maffman Jones and I's reviews on every Star Wars movie, well minus the Clone Wars animated movie. I really hope you guys enjoyed our reviews. Subscribe to Maffman Jones' channel. And yes, I will be seeing The Force Awakens Thursday night at 10:45. I'll try and have my review as soon as humanly possible after I see it. I cannot wait to tell you my thoughts on the new Star Wars movie. Please like, share, and subscribe to both of us if you want to see more content from both of us. And as always, we will see you guys, or I will see you guys, next time, and may the Force be with you.